Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today we're gonna be cooking something special for my boarding school. It's just gonna be something like a spicy lamb stew. We already have all our ingredients. This is our sliced lamb. This is our onions, tomatoes, and green onions. This is our bell peppers, our tomato paste, our okra, our potatoes and sweet potatoes, our cabbage, our jalapeno peppers. Then we have our oil, our lime juice, complete bite seasoning, and our Nor Maggi seasoning. And these are the drinks over here. We have our cranberry Canada Dry, our African Vimto. A lot of people in my school love that. Then we have our Fago Red Pop. And that's about it. So let's go ahead and get straight into the cooking. And make sure you follow, subscribe, and share for more videos like this.
So first things first, you want to go ahead and start frying your potatoes in oil. Yeah, you want to go ahead and put a good amount in there, good amount of oil. You want to let that simmer down and everything, and keep mixing, tossing, and turning it. You can put as much potatoes as you need. Just make sure you add more oil if you have to too. And then while the oil is frying, you want to just let that sit for a minute. And then it should look like this when it's ready. You can go ahead and start taking them out like that. You want to get a nice golden brown on both the potatoes and sweet potatoes. And it should look like that after it's done. You can add more potatoes if you need to. And you want to keep tossing and turning it, keep mixing it and everything. You want a nice, perfect golden brown. You want to make sure you keep turning it and tossing it. Make sure it gets in that oil so it can get a nice golden brown. And it should look like that. Then after, we can go ahead and take out our potatoes and focus on our beef. You want to add a good amount of beef inside our oil. You want to let that simmer down for a little bit. Then you can go ahead and start adding more. And then it should look like that after it's all done. You want to go ahead and add your tomato paste. Give that a stir. Mix everything in. Should look like that after it's all mixed in and everything. And remember to keep turning it. You don't want anything to get burned or anything to get undercooked. And just keep turning it. And then now it should look like that after it's all mixed in and everything. Then you can go ahead and start adding your vegetables, your green onions, and tomatoes. And you can go ahead and add a good amount. You don't have to add all of it just yet, but if you want to, you can go ahead and add them all. I put half, and then I was gonna plan on putting the other half later in. And you want to go ahead and stir fry everything so nothing gets too watery or anything. Make sure you mix everything in with the beef. Make sure the onions, tomatoes, and green onions get mixed in with the sauce as well. You want everything to get a bit of each flavor. You want to keep mixing it for a while. And keep stirring and mixing. Make sure everything is stir-fried. Then now you can go ahead and add the rest of your vegetables. And then once you add the rest of your vegetables, you can go ahead and start mixing them in again. And remember, make sure all the vegetables gets coated inside our sauce and with our beef. And once you mix it a good amount of times, you can go ahead and add your water, then some of our seasoning. And you want to go ahead and give that a mix in as well. Make sure the seasoning is just right. You can taste it to make sure if you need more seasoning or not. And then we're going to let it boil for a little bit. You're going to want to let it sit, make sure everything is nice and boiled. This is how the beef cooks, so it's nice and tender. And the only reason why you would need more water is so your vegetables can cook thoroughly and everything gets boiled. And like I said, if you need to, you can taste test it to see if it needs more seasoning or anything. I just added a little bit of salt because I thought it needed it. Then now you can add your sliced cabbage and some of our carrots. And you don't want to mix it in just yet. You want to let it just simmer on the top, let everything cook and boil. You can like submerge it under the sauce a little bit if you want to. And then you want to let everything just sit there and boil. You don't have to mix anything just yet. And the reason why you want to put the cabbage and carrot to last is so the carrots and cabbage don't overcook. When it overcooks, it loses all its flavor and nutrients. So you don't want that to happen when you're making your chu yappa. And like I said, you can go ahead and submerge it. Make sure everything cooks just right, not too much. You don't want it to overcook. Like I said, it's going to lose all the nutrients and all the flavor. And then you can go ahead and let that boil for a little bit. You don't really have to do much. You don't really have to mix it or anything. And this recipe is very easy. You can make this for your family, for your friends. It's not that hard to make at all. And like I said, you could add more seasoning to taste if you need to. I just added a little bit of Maggi. And don't mix it in too much. You just want to make sure the Maggi sauce, the Maggi seasoning is all at the bottom. And then when it's boiling, you want to let it sit for a little bit once again. And you're going to want to let it sit to boil. It should look like that once it's boiling. And then you can go ahead and start mixing it in a little bit. And like I said, pay attention to the cabbage and carrots. You don't want that to overcook. This is what the meat should look like once it's all boiled and everything. And like I said, you want to keep calmly mixing it, nothing too aggressive, just very calm. And you're gonna want to go ahead and start taking your cabbage and carrots out. And once you take them out, this is what they should look like when they're all boiled and everything, nice and seasoned and everything. Then you want to go ahead and start mixing it now. And it doesn't really matter how you mix it since all the cabbage and carrots are out.
So right here, this is the finishing product. This is our spicy beef stew. In Africa, in Gambia, we call it chu yappa. And we took out all the vegetables because sometimes maybe people won't like the vegetables inside the soup. So they could each individually take the vegetables if they wanted to. And yeah, this is all the sauce right here. And we're going to be plating it, and then we're going to be serving it to my classmates.
And we are finally done with all the cooking and everything. Now we just have to plate it and all, and we're gonna take it to my boarding.
So this is the finishing product right here. This is all the food that I made with my mom. This is our chu yappa right here. Then over here is our rice with okra. The reason why I put okra on it is because okra is one of my favorite vegetables, and it pairs really well with rice and chu yappa. And then this is our potatoes, our cabbage, and carrots right there. And that's about all the food that I made, so come with me. We're gonna go give it to them.
Shout out to Chef
Shout out
Bougie,
to Chef
the GOAT.
Bougie. That's the best food.
Shout out to Chef Bougie, the best wings, the best fries,
The best wings.
the
yes.
GOAT.
And these are all my classmates. They're helping me take the food inside. And if you like the video, please subscribe and share. And please follow for more videos like this. Assalamu alaikum.